like to help shape the state of Victoria. Moira Rayner has been around here for a long, long time. She's been on the Equal Rights Commission. She was our Commissioner for Equal Opportunity. She was Commissioner on the Equal Rights and Equal Opportunity Commission. She's written a number of books. She's on the executive of the Lawyers for Animals. She's a great fighter, and she's great to have her on side. I'll let her tell you if she wants to why she's the little creature here, why she nicknamed it, what she named it, well, buckets, I'm not sure she will, but Moira Rayner.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Bucket. Bucket has made my life an absolute joy for the last 2 years. But Bucket would be dead if she'd been taken to the local pound and left there. She was rescued by the Victorian Dog Rescue Group, and I was asked to care for her for a couple of weeks. She was aggressive, she didn't know how to use a lead, she was frightened of grass, and she'd had an awful lot of puppies. And my attitude towards puppy farms and dog rescues changed not only the moment she crawled onto my lap, but the day I realised that these sorts of dogs are everywhere and they're being killed everywhere. I regard myself as a human rights advocate, but I remind you that in the law of Australia, the courts have long recognised that the prevention of cruelty to animals is intricately linked to the prevention of cruelty to people. That if we are not empathetic with the suffering of animals, then we are likely to behave in a psychotic way towards our fellow human beings. Religious, I was unfortunately dragged up a Presbyterian. I would like to remind you that when the Old Testament says that God gave dominion over the animals to man, A, he meant women as well, and B, dominion means responsibility, not exploitation. I'm not going to be for a long time because I know what it's like standing up and feeling enthused and then getting a sore feet. So I would simply remind you of the essential role of the law and its enforcement in preventing cruelty to children. I'm on the executive, quite recently, of Lawyers for Animals, which is set out not to fight cases but to try and give informed information and guidance on the prevention of cruelty legislation, and to help raise the focus of animal well-being into ordinary society. One of the laws that we support is Oscar's Law. But in principle we say that there's no point in having anti-cruelty legislation unless it is possible for a well-resourced, independent body with no links to commercial production of animals to enforce anti-cruelty laws. We have anti-cruelty laws, but we have the RSPCA without the resources to go and enforce them. Very simple stuff, we've already heard about that. I would say, finally, that I agree with previous speakers that puppy farms are a disgrace and they should be abolished. Just remind you that we don't fine parents who mistreat children. We don't try and encourage them through financial disincentives to raise them properly and not to neglect them. What we do is say it is a crime to inflict pain on a sentient animal. Well, here we are, dogs. Dogs form companionships for life with us. They give up their independence in exchange for our providing for them in their daily life and sharing our lives with them. We owe them and any other companion animal our utmost respect because they have made themselves dependent upon us. I have one dog in my arms, another one at home who I've just adopted, and 2 more foster dogs from a foster network. The other thing that I think before you go home tonight you should consider is why it is that governments is not to be supported. That is to be made difficult for dog rescue groups and foster groups to enter into arrangements with parents to save salvageable dogs, retrain, re-socialise and rehome them. This doesn't make any sense at all if we are on the one hand preventing the salvaging of dogs who are unwanted for one reason or another, and at the same time encouraging the commercial production of cute little puppies. So go home and think about and talk about everybody else, about getting onto your MP, your opposition leader, your minority party members, your independents, and say that the prevention of cruelty to dogs is a top priority, not just this election, but forever now in Victoria. When Buffy, what her original name was, came to stay with